Right. Everyone, welcome to the edit part of this series in how to get better audio for your videos or your podcasts. And in today, I'm actually going to take you through how you can take audio that sounds like this. Inaudible. You just can't hear what's going on. You just hear the waves. To maybe something that sounds like this.
Because I'm trying to meet new challenges.
New challenges indeed. And so today we're going to edit those two clips so that they sync up with each other. Now, the one clip on the left is the audio and video straight out of the camera. I'm probably 5, maybe 7 meters away from the camera at this point. And then the audio on the right hand side that you're looking at is the audio that I was recording using my cell phone and a lavalier mic that I had in my pocket. Over there, you can kind of see it if you zoom in like weirdly. That's actually getting the audio straight right quite near to me. I'm going to show you how you can actually sync those together so that you get a nice clean audio. Right. All right. So let's get into it. I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm going to use two tools today. I'm going to use CapCut, the desktop version for Windows, and that is free. If you use a Mac, I'm pretty sure they have a version for the Mac. We can check that. But if you also prefer using iMovie, the same principle applies. We're going to use the two methods. One is just the automatic built-in tools where you just right click and it will do it all for you, which is great. And the other method is, if those things don't work, how we can actually use a method called editing by waveform. Now, these are both pretty simple. The one is a bit more work than the other, of course, but I'm going to show you how to do that. All right, so the first thing we need is we need the clips. I'm going to go ahead and close those two clips. So I've downloaded these clips onto my desktop computer. Obviously, getting the audio from your phone is important, so you've got to do that and then add it to your computer, and then obviously from the camera as well. And then I'm going to open up CapCut. Again, like I said, it's a free tool. It's actually an amazing tool. I've just started using this editing tool. I'm no professional at all, and I don't feel like paying monthly fees for things like Premiere Pro and all the other editing software that you'll see, like Adobe and Apple's version of it, which just seems to be what other sort of YouTube creators are talking about. That's, if you listen to them, that's the only tools that are out there. I've also used a tool called Mojave, which is this icon here. You'll see that's a tool that I've used extensively for the last 2, maybe 3 years. It's actually a great tool, but recently I've found it challenging to sort of elevate my creativity. And so CapCut is a great tool for that. It really allows me to be a lot more creative in my edit. But if you're just starting out, a tool like this is actually fine. There's also a tool on the Windows computer, which I'm not sure what it's called. But if we right click on the movie, it says here, open with or edit with ClipChamp. So I'm going to go ahead and even try and use that. I've never used it before. So we're going to experiment with ClipChamp, which is on your normal Windows computer machine. And we're going to see if we can do that edit as well. Great. All right, let's get into it, straight into the edit. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to import your files into CapCut. And don't worry about any of the settings. When you open it, it will prompt you for things. It'll do some tests on your machines and then just start editing. The important thing is just to start. So I'm going to take this clip, which is the video clip. I'm going to add it, just drag and drop. It will add it to my media section. And then I'm also going to take the sound. So this is recorded on an iPhone. So it's an M4A soundbite. And we're going to take that into the media bin as well. So that's great. Now that we've got those two sound bites, it's pretty simple. I'm just going to select both of them by dragging over, or you can just right click on it and it's also need to split the scene. I can just drag the material down into a location, kind of adds it in for me, and I'll drag the sound file into it as well. It places it wherever. It doesn't matter where this place. They don't have to be lined up at the moment. It can be anywhere. Because this is a nice free tool with CapCut, I'm going to select both the movie, the video, as well as the sound. Now you'll see the video already has sound in it, and if I sort of scrub forward to that 30, what was it, 32 second mark, I'm just going to move this sound a bit out of the way so I can get to that point. I still can't hear anything. It's pretty bad. And if I take the audio, so let me mute the video, and I'll take the audio to that same point. So they kind of at the same point now.
You're recording something in public.
But it's not in sync. So let's sort of move to a point where you can maybe see the video as well as the audio in line.
You know, when I started my business, one of the weirdest things happened is people suddenly.
So you see that that is not in sync. It's the mouth is moving and the sound is coming through, but it's a different sound. Now, if we have both tracks unmuted, so the video's sound is going to play from the camera as well as the sound that I recorded on my phone, we're going to play that at the same time. All right, so that gives you a nice idea of that they are not in sync, and now we're going to get them in sync. So what we do is we select both tracks. We can right click on the video track we want to sync with the audio, and there is a nice option for sync video to sound. So let's go ahead and click on that. CapCut will do its thing, and it will sync the audio that we've created and the video that we've created and find the 2 points where they are equal. So now it seems to have completed. Let's go ahead and play.
When you do start a business, put so much of your money into that business, savings.
It sounds like it's you know, there's no lip moving and no movement. So let's go ahead and mute the video audio. So that's what I'm doing. I'm muting the video's audio at the moment, and I'm gonna go ahead and play this.
Having people watch you, even though they probably don't care what you're doing, but you feel that intensity.
Alright, so as you can see, that is method number 1, which is using the right click option to sync your audio and your video together. Now, the important part here is that the both media needs the audio so that the program can pick up the audio points and actually sync them together. So now I'm going to show you method number 2, and method number 2 is actually how to edit by waveform. So I'm still using CapCut, and so I'll just move the track out of sync again, and if we do this,
New challenges.
so again, it's out of sync. So what we do with editing by waveform is you'll see that there are little lines going up and down. So these are called the waveform in an audio track, and you have the same thing in the video track. Now, I'll admit, in CapCut, it's really difficult to see this very easily. So you kind of have to squint and change the layout of this if somebody knows how to make this bigger. But there's also on the right hand side of the CapCut interface, you'll see the zoom, and that's where you can really go deep into the audio, and you can see the clips expanded a bit. So the audio file here shows you a lot more than the video sounds waveform. But what I like to do is in the beginning of any recording, I will kind of clap my hands. So you'll see me do it in this track over here.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
So that's me trying to create a peak point, or whatever it's the technical word is. I have no idea. But it's just trying to create a spike in the audio for both the video as well as the recording that I'm doing so that I can find it in the waveform. So let's go ahead and just kind of bring these tracks closer together, and I'm going to zoom in with the playhead and try and find that point. So you'll see that's me talking. I see a spike here in the audio.
1, 2, 3.
So cool. So that's the spike that I've got there. So I know that that's the place in the video where that clap is happening, and I'm looking for something similar. So I'm counting 1, 2, 3. Wow, that was difficult. But and I can see that here is sort of a lift in the audio. 1, 2, 3, and then there's another spike. So if I sort of go back to this point, I'm gonna mute the audio from the video and I play just the audio from the cell phone that I recorded.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, so I can hear that that is the same point. So if I click on my video file again and I unmute it so I can see those points happening here, and I just get to that same point again.
3.
All right, so I know that that's the 3. That's over there, and I know my audio, the 3 is that point over there. If I zoom in really, really close, I can see that it's not aligned, so I just take it over and I align it. Try to get it as close as possible. So let's play this.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Cool. Kind of seems if I mute this, let's see what happens.
Sound check. 1, 2, 3.
All right. So that kind of looks like they are in sync. It looks like that's working. So that's how you would edit by waveform. Now, obviously, once you've done this, your video will be good. You can actually separate the audio from the other file. You can create a compound clip. Those are all things that you can do. But now your audio and your video is in sync with the better sound that you have recorded.